Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, as always, I love to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. Peace and blessings to all the brothers and sisters out there that's watching, listening, and learning. All right, so this video, as you can see, is on why do we utilize the 12 tribe sign if, all the tribes are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, right? Which, that's an argument that everybody utilize, which is true, right? We are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but there's one specific area where the Heavenly Father has all the 12 tribes at, right? There's a there's a specific demographic where the Heavenly Father grouped all of his people, and that is the fourth part of the world or the earth, right? That's dealing with Babylon the Great, America. All the 12 tribes, right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Manasseh, Ephraim, etc. We're all here being oppressed together. That's why the 12 tribe sign is centered around the Western Hemisphere, all right? Because all of the Lord's people are here. Now, we don't neglect our brothers and sisters that are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. We don't. But the Heavenly Father just have it so happen that the great deliverance is going to be here in America. So this is the primary focus. Now, once um, you know, the elect get sealed over this part of the world, and that even includes Canada as well, because Canada is also included in this too, right? Because Canada is just right next door, right? Then we're going to go to these different areas where our people are at and get them, right? And we're going to go through the wilderness, pursuant to Ezekiel, I believe that's the 20th chapter, right? Starting around like the 32nd verse, purge out the rebels. Our same thing, it's the same exact process that happens when we left Egypt, right? Heavenly Father is going to prove our people. Um, if they're not willing to get down with what's going on, they're going to get purged, etc., etc. Right? So I have some scriptures that I will go into just to validate why we have this sign. All right, and just also, um, just to say this, right? Now, me, I'm not. I wouldn't. Now me, you wouldn't find me on this chart, right? Because my father's side, because that's how we, and that's also how we do things, right? We do things through the patrial lineage, right? It doesn't matter if your mother is Israelite or not, right? Everything is all determined by your father. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get this. This is Ezra chapter 2 and verse 59. It says, and these were they which went up from Telamah, Tel Harazah, Cherub, Ladan, and Immer, but they could not show their father's house and their seed whether they were of Israel. See that? So that's how you determine if your lineage go back to Israel. If you're an Israelite by your father's house, a father's house. All right. So it doesn't matter if your mom is Israelite or not, right? Because Moses, so I'm about to bring up in the book of First Chronicles, Moses didn't have Israelite wives, right? The wives that Moses had was heathens, right? And his um his sons were still counted of the tribe of Levi. Now, let me go ahead and grab that. It's in Chronicles. I always forget where it's at, but I'm going to get it. Just bear with me for a second. Yeah, here we go. First Chronicles. This is First Chronicles 23 and verse 14. It says, now concerning Moses, the man of the Most High, his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. All right, so um, the mother of his sons, they weren't Israelites. All right, Moses had an Ethiopian woman, and he also had a woman of Midian, which that was his first woman, right? When you read Exodus, well, to our knowledge, that was his first woman, right? He could have had, woman prior to that, but the first recollection of him having a wife in the Bible is Midian, right? When he fled Egypt, when he smote that Egyptian for oppressing our people. Okay, he fled into that land, and then he got him a wife from that area. All right, and his sons were named of the tribe of Levi. They were Levites. Why? Because Moses comes from the man Levi. So that's how we determine our what tribe we're from, or if we're indeed an Israelite through our fathers. So going back to me, you won't see me on this chart, right? You won't see me. Why is that? Because my father comes from West Africa. My dad's from Ghana, right? You don't see Ghana on here. Why is that? Because Africa is not where the great deliverance is going to be from, right? Ghana or Africa, right? Because you have a lot of people in this Hebrew Israelite thing. They love to push the Africa, Africa, Africa thing. All of our people are in Africa. No, that's not true. The vast majority of our people are here in America, right? That's why all these prophecies are happening here. That's why the Heavenly Father is going to have this place get nuked by thermonuclear fire here, okay? Because this is the place where the chosen of Israel are oppressed. All right, this is the place that did a lot of damage to the Israelites, not West Africa. Now, yes, like I said, we do have our people there, right? I have my sister over there in Ghana. But guess what? The great deliverance is over here. So that's why the 12 tribe sign is centered around the Western Hemisphere. All right, and that's important to know. All right. So we don't neglect our people that's in Ethiopia, or our people that's in China or Turkey or whatnot. But that's not where the great deliverance is going to be. And you know, we're going to worry about that after Heavenly Father nukes this place. Now, our people come from over there, right? Now, if our people come from over those places and then come here and through discernment, okay, and knowing history and different things like that, we can say, okay, yeah, um, you very well could be an Israelite, right? For example, the Sicilians. Now, Sicilians, you won't find them on the chart. You won't find them on the 12 tribes sign. Sicilians, they're from Italy, right? I believe the southern part of Italy. Now, them are Israelites. They're Israelites. A lot of times you will confuse them for Northern Kingdom, right? Because they look like Ephraimites, they look like you know Issacharites, right? But really, they come from either Judah, Benjamin, or Levi. I think more so Judah, Sicilians, um, because back in the Dark Ages, we dominated Europe, but you had the Moors, which not all Moors were Israelites, right? But you had the Moors that conquered Spain, and that's a common, a fact that 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 Sicilians, they have Jake in them. They have our people, in them, their blood, right? It was this movie, this one clip about how this northern Italian said to this southern Italian that, yeah, we don't like y'all because y'all have nigger blood. Sicilians were also getting lynched. They weren't allowed to marry other white people, etc. Over here in America, in the South. You see what I'm saying? Sicilians were getting oppressed. So yeah, so them are Israelites, but you won't see Sicilians on here. All right, but with the history, discernment, through the spirit, we know these things. So we don't neglect our people that you won't see on this chart. I mean, we could add them on here, or we could have a scattered chart, and put like for example, for West Africa, for Nigeria, for example, we can put Igbo, and then we could put Judah, we could put Benjamin, Levi, whatever, Yoruba, we could put Ephraim, in Ghana, Ashanti, we could put Levi. I mean, we could do that. Somebody could do that, compile a chart for that, but it's not really necessary, honestly, because the great deliverance is gonna come from America. All right, so I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna start here in Micah 4:10. Right, it says, "Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city." Now, this is talking about us going forth out of the city. This is talking about getting pushed out of our homeland, right? Was this happens this happened in 70 AD, which really it started from 66 to 73 AD. But 70 AD was the pinnacle year when the Roman Empire, the Roman army, all right, sacked Jerusalem, went inside our temple, took everything, burned down our cities, etc., and pushed the southern kingdom out from out from Jerusalem into different parts of the earth, mainly Africa, mainly West Africa, right? It says, "And thou shalt dwell in the field," which the field is dealing with West Africa. Now we did stop, in North Africa too, right? We do have our people over there, but mainly West Africa, right? Uh, 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 um, Nigeria, Ghana, Benin, Togo, which Togo was originally a part of Ghana, Sierra Leone, Senegal, Liberia, right? That's where our people are at. It says, "And thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies." You see that? So this is where we're going to be delivered. Now, if you're talking about the vast majority of our people is in Africa, that means Africa is Babylon, which we know for damn sure Africa is not Babylon. Ain't nothing confusion over there. Of course, there's little things over there, but this is the place of confusion. This is the city of confusion, America. See that? So this is where the Heavenly Father is going to deliver His people from, right? Where we are in the hand of our enemies at, which who are our main enemies? Esau, Edom. Right. This is where Esau predominantly is at. Now you do have Esau in Africa, but Esau is not overpopulated in Africa. Esau is over here. So this is where the great deliverance is at. Babylon, America. This is where our Heavenly Father is going to redeem us from the hand of our enemies. That's why the chart is center focus of America, because this is where the Heavenly Father sent us. Period. This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and verse 18. It says, "In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel." See that? So in those days, this is biblical prophecy. The house of Judah, the southern kingdom, shall walk with the house of Israel, northern kingdom, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. Which I will have to ask, what is the land of the north? The land of the north is not Africa. And it's so ironic that majority of our people are in a place that's called what? North America. And also the north, when you read the Bible, is associated with Babylon. Let's go ahead and grab that. There's one in, I want to say Zephaniah or Zechariah. Let me go ahead and try to find it. All right, that talks about the north. This is on the north. I think it says deliver yourself from the north. Let's see. Yep, here we go. Yep, this is the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 6. Yep, Zechariah 2, verse 6. It says, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, save Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of heaven, save Yahweh. Watch this, verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. What is the daughter of Babylon? That's America, right? That's America. And the daughter of Babylon is associated with what? The land of the north. So this would have to be the land of the north. And if you're saying, well, no, our people are, Africa, well, you would have to prove, you would have to substantiate how Africa is Babylon, because that's essentially what you're saying. If you're saying that all of our people are in Africa, majority of our people are in Africa, that means that you're saying that that means that you're saying Babylon the Great in the scriptures is dealing with Africa, it's talking about Africa. Which Africa, when you read the characteristics and the traits of Babylon the Great, that has nothing to do with Africa. Not even close. You can make a small argument with the Vatican. That's a better argument. But Africa, you tripping. There's not one argument you can make. There's not one argument you can make. All right. Over there, over there in Africa, they don't allow that, bocce boy business over there. Women ruling over them, etc. America, that's all the abominations which Revelation 17 describes. So, and then Africa doesn't have no influence over the world. Africa be following America, especially the western parts, right where our people are at. Babylon the Great in the Bible was said to influence the whole world through their um ideology. How is Africa influencing the whole world through their ideology? Everybody look at Africans as a joke. African booty scratchers, and they're poor. That's how the world perceives Africa. So that ain't it. You have a better argument with with on the Vatican. So back to Jeremiah 3 and 18, it says, In those days the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given for inheritance unto your fathers. Again, that's why the 12 tribes chart is centered around the Western Hemisphere, right? Because this is where our people are at. Staying in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 50 and verse 33. It says, Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together. See? And all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. And when was the last time prior to this captivity that the southern kingdom and northern kingdom were oppressed together? The different time periods of judges. And before then, one of the biggest oppression that we've had, or slavery or enslavement we had, was back in ancient Egypt. That was the last time. Because mind you, during the time of kings, the Heavenly Father had the Assyrians take northern kingdom, and the Babylonians took southern kingdom. Now, after the Assyrians took northern kingdom away, northern kingdom, after a certain period of time, they left from the east and they came to the fourth part of the earth. So while Judah was going through the Median Persian captivity, with the Babylonian captivity, the Median Persians, the Greeks and the Romans, they went through that. They went through those captivities by themselves. They didn't have Northern Kingdom with them. They didn't have Northern Kingdom with them. So the last time we were oppressed together was during a different time of Judges. So what is this talking about? Because Jeremiah wrote this during Babylon. Jeremiah wrote this during Babylon. Not too sure, what date But he wrote, obviously he had to write this. He either wrote this, um, well, his scribe, right, which was Baruch. He wrote this during Babylon, and Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom was already separated during this time. So this had to have been talking about a future prophecy, which is talking about right now, right. The so-called black and brown people, right, the blacks and Latinos and the Native and Seminole Indians are being oppressed together here on in the Western Hemisphere. All right, we went to slavery. We went into slavery around the same time, right? Having shackles of iron around our necks, around our hands, our feet. At the same time, right? We were in slave revolts together at the same time, right? You had the Negroes, the Negro slaves, right? You had the Native Americans slaves coming together and having slave revolts. Seminole Indians as well, they're also involved in that. You see what I'm saying? So that's why the chart is center focus over here. So boom. So I hit that, Micah. Okay, so I have Deuteronomy 33 and Genesis 49 pulled up simply because this is also where we can pinpoint um the tribes. Right now, I will say this. I will make a disclaimer. Just because you are from a specific area doesn't mean that that's actually your tribe. You know. So, for example, right, the 12 tribe chart. It says Benjamin, the West Indian blacks, which really is to say the Dutch West Indies, because technically Haiti is also the West Indies as well. So it's to say the Dutch West Indies, right? Benjamin was conquered by, some Spanish too. Spanish town is in Jamaica, but predominantly on the British and the Dutch, right? But just because you're Jamaican, or you was born in Jamaica, so to speak, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are Benjamin, right? Because you can actually be a Levite, right? Because you had the Maroons of Jamaica. They're actually Levites, right? They're actually Levites, which goes into Deuteronomy 33, which actually goes into Deuteronomy 33 because the Levites, they were the only tribe that actually succeeded beating Esau ass, right? You had the Haitians. You had the Haitians. They had the Haitian Revolution where they beat France, right? Their slave revolt, did something. Also, the same thing with the Maroons of Jamaica, which they would be in, the parish Trelawney, Trelawney in in Jamaica, right? Trelawney, which is also spiritual, right? On how the tribe of Levi operate. It's far away from the rest of Jamaica, far away from Benjamin, right? It is basically the suburbs, right? They're doing their own thing over there, which on the tribe of Levi, that's where they mainly dwelt, right? Right? In the suburbs, isolated, and that's them. See? So let me read this. Deuteronomy 33 and 8 says, and of Levi he said, let thy Thummim and thy Urim be with thy Holy One, whom thou didst prove at Massah, and with whom thou didst strive at the waters of Meribah. Now to jumping down to verse 11, it says, bless Yahweh his substance, and accept the work of his hands. Smite through the loins of them that rise against him, and of them that hate him, that they not that they rise not again. And that's what happened. Right? That's what happened when them Maroons of Jamaica, which are Levites, when they fought off, I believe it was the British that they fought off, right? And they whooped their ass. That did it that they not rose again, right? They beat their ass so bad that they had to retreat. Esau, they whooped their ass, man, and they were able to escape and do their own thing. And that's the same thing that happened, and that's the same thing that happened with the Haitians too, man. Whoop the French ass, beat their ass, man. See, so Slovakia. That's why we utilize these chapters, and it lines up in real lifetime what the tribes did, because that's what our father Jacob said. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and read this. Genesis 49:1. And Jacob called unto his sons and said, gather yourselves together that I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days. You see? And we're currently here in the last days. All right, so that's why I said that. But um by and large, if you do come from, the Caribbean islands, or you're a so-called black man from America, or you're a Hispanic from Puerto Rico, or you know on the DR, more than likely that is your tribe. Yes, but um there can be some exceptions. Okay, definitely. All right, but by and large, the Mexicans are Issachar. Right, the Argentinians and Chileans are from the tribe of Naphtali. Right, Colombians, Brazilians, the Venezuelans, they are from the tribe of Asher. Which I was just with the which is so funny. I was just with this Asherite. I want to say Thursday at the job, right? And I asked him where he was from. He said that he was from South America, and I was like, okay, from where? And I want to say he said Colombia. I want to say that he said that. I know he's Asher for sure. He's Asher for sure. Not too sure. No, I want to say 100%. He said Colombia, and he said, "Yeah, man, nicest people, the nicest people." And I was like, "Whoa!" In my head, I said, "Whoa, that's a spirit," because Asher is the Hebrew word ashar, which means happy. They're the happy people, nicest people. That's what he said. I said, "Whoa, that's a spirit." Just further validating what we believe. 12 chop sign, baby. Come on now. All right, so now let me pick out another one. Which I plan on um plan on doing a 12 tribes sign breakdown. Not too sure when, but that's what I'm gonna do soon. This is a great one.
This
This
is
is
a day and age.
Shalaki. This is a great one. Deuteronomy 33:18. And of Zebulon, which Zebulon are the Guatemalans and the Panamanians as well. Also people from Costa Rica, they're also Zebulon. Um, that's what I know off the top of my head. Yeah, but the Guatemalans, El Salvadorians, how could I forget that? The El Salvadorians, Guatemalans, Panamanians, Costa Ricans, they would be from the tribe of Zebulon. All right, and it says here, and of Zebulon, he said, rejoice, Zebulon, in thy going out, and Issachar in thy tents. Now, I live over here in Texas. Anywhere you go, you will see an Issacharite with a Zebulonite. You will always see a Mexican with a Salvadorian, or a El Salvadorian with a Mexican. That's a fact. Like I know these two Jakes from the gym. One is Zebulon, one is Issachar, and they're always with each other. They've been homies since high school, right? And that's probably the same thing over there in California, right? you have Zebulon and Zebulon and Issachar with each other. Now, I'm going to the word for tents, and I'm going to pull up a map and show how Mexico Mexico even borders, you know, Zebulon. So tent, it says dwelling home, habitation, right? Now let's South America map. All right, let's take a look at what's going on here. Sure, that's not what I want. Okay, yeah, I typed in South America. Oh, Slocky, I want Central America. Central America. That's what I want. Boom. Okay, boom. So here goes, here goes Central. So here goes Central America, right? Central America, Mexico. Boom. Right, right there. Who do you have? Or what did it say? Let's go back to. Let's go back. Let's go back to Deuteronomy. Deuteronomy 33:18. And of Zebulon he said, Rejoice, Zebulon, in thy going out in Issachar in thy tents. And it says in Issachar in thy tents. So now let's go back. Issachar in the tents of Zebulon. Literally. Literally. Right here. Mexico. Guatemala. Right? Honduras. El Salvador. Right? You see? Matter of fact, it's a girl in my job. She's Issachar. But guess what? Her mom is from El Salvador. Like that is very common. That is common for Zebulon and Issachar to be dealing with each other. So you can't tell me that this ain't that this isn't real. This is real. Okay, this is real. As a matter of fact, let's go to Genesis 49 on that. Zebulon. All right. Zebulon 49:13. Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Now it says Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships. What is that? What is that talking about? Right? That's talking about these different seaports, right? That the land of Zebulon have, right? That major commerce, major trades come through those different ports or those different canals. And when you take a look at Central America, right, you have all these different canals, right? You have the Costa Rican Canal, you have the Panama Canal, which that's the most famous one. Matter of fact, canals, biggest canals in the U.S. Um, let's see. For So that biggest canal, biggest canal in the U.S. for trade. What pops up? The Panama Canal. Panama Canal. See that? Look at that. 40% of all U.S. container traffic travels through the canal every year. About $270 billion in cargo. Dealing with Zebulon. That's that haven to sea right there. A quarter. What did it say? Salakia. It says Zebulon shall dwell at the haven of the sea, and he shall be for a haven of ships, and his border shall be unto Zidon. Now let's go into see what's the word haven mean. See that on this seashore, the coast. Sure. Now let's take a look map of ancient Israel, because you're gonna have somebody, some silly person, right? They're gonna try to say, "Oh, well, Genesis 49 is actually already happened. It happened back in the ancient world." I remember these dudes, ITR, Israelites tried and refined. Um, they try to say that Genesis 49 already happened years ago, right? So, boom, let me right, let me go ahead and pull up a map of where we were living at. All right, look at that. Look at this, bro. So this is Zebulon. Zebulon is not Zebulon ancient landmass was not for a haven of sea. Zebulon's ancient land was landlocked, meaning what? Zebulon was between different lands, different Israelite lands. See, you have Zebulon there. Here you have Issachar. Here you have Issachar there again. Right? You have Naphtali. You have Asher, Manasseh. Zebulon is surrounded by all this land. Zebulon is surrounded by all this land back in the ancient world. So that's how you know this couldn't have been talking about an ancient world. It has to be talking about in the last days, just like Jacob said. Right? See, there's no body of water. There's no seashore bordering Zebulon. It's nothing but land, landlocked. All right, but this is talking about modern day. Matter of fact, now let's look up canals, canals, and Central America. All right, so you have the Panama Canal. See that? You have the Nicaragua Canal, right? You have which Nicaragua, Agua. I always have trouble saying that name. Um, that's also Zebulon as well. You have the Costa Rican Canal too. I'm not too sure why it's not coming out. Costa Rica Canal. See, pops right up. All right, Costa Rica has one. See that? So this is proof, you know, that the 12 chop chart is on point. All right, we can go through all these and prove everything through history, all right, what's going on right now in the world. All right, so that's why the 12 chop chart, we utilize that, and why it's just centered around the Western Hemisphere. And now let me go ahead and grab this, because this is also something that's great as well, right? Now let me type in. Finish with all of these. Watch this. Watch this. Let me type in world map. Shit, it's a lot. Let me type in world map. Hmm? You going world map, right? Okay. Hmm. Watch this. So world map, right? Now peep this. The elect, 144,000. Now watch this. It says, I'm sorry, verse 4. Revelation 7 and 4. And I heard the number of them which were sealed, and there were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben was sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Now, what does the tribe of Judah, Reuben, and Gad have in common? What does the blacks, the Seminole Indians, and the Native Indians have in common? What is that? Oh, I know that early on in early on in slavery days, they're all here in North America, right? Hence, Judah was in slave revolts with Reuben and Gad. Shoot, Gad and Judah for a certain time were enemies with each other over here. Revelation 7 pinpoints where the 12 tribes are at in their own demographics. Judah, Reuben, Gad, predominantly here, North America. Asher, Naphtali, Manasseh, right? What's Asher? Brazil, Venezuela, Brazil, Venezuela. It's like having a brain fart. Brazil, Venezuela, Peru, right? That's Asher, Peru, Colombia, Naphtali, Argentina, and Chile, right? What is that? That's South America. Let's go back to the world map. Let's go back to the world map. Oh, what do you have here? What do you have here? Argentina, Chile, Peru, Colombia, Brazil, Brazil. Ecuador. How can I forget about Ecuador, right? That's Asher as well. But you see how Revelation 7 groups Asher and Naphtali with each other? And they're literally, and their land literally is around each other. Come on, bro. Come on, man. Stop playing. Soul Chop Chart is real. Y'all ain't saying nothing. Right? This is all by design of the Heavenly Father. All by design of the Heavenly Father. Now I need to pull up a better one here for what I need. Let's see this one. Okay, boom. Okay, yeah, this is good. Zoom in a bit more. Yeah, here we go. All right, so, and it also said Manasseh on there. All right, so Manasseh, Simeon, Levi. Okay, Manasseh, Simeon, and Levi, right? So, boom. Let's go back to the map. Oh man, bro. Cuba, Cuba. That's a Manasseh, right? Cuba, Haiti, Dominican Republic. That's Manasseh. Hold on, let's go back. Manasseh, Simeon, Levi. Let's go back to the map. Let's go back to the map. Where we at? Manasseh, Levi, Simeon, all bordering each other. Stop playing with the Most High, bro. This 12 tribes chart is real. Stop playing. What we got next? Issachar, Issachar, and Zebulon. Man, we already know this. Like we just already, man, we already looked at a map at that, but we can just go ahead and do it again. Issachar, Mexico, Zebulon, boom, right here. Guatemala, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, boom, right there. Stop playing. Joseph and Benjamin, right? Joseph, Benjamin, Joseph would be because you saw Manasseh. Well, hey, isn't a Manasseh Joseph too? Yeah, but Ephraim is the chief son of Joseph, right? So Joseph represents Ephraim. So Joseph and Benjamin. Go back. Let's go back. It's the world map here, right? You got Jamaica, the Bahamas, right? And here you have Puerto Rico, right? You have Puerto Rico right here, which is, right, look at this. St. Lucia, Antigua, right? St. Kitts, right? That's Benjamin right there. Barbados, which St. You do have some Levi in there as well. You do have some Levi mixed in over there as well. All right, but you see, Benjamin and Puerto Rico and Ephraim, boom, right there. Come on now. Come on now. So that's how you know this is real. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and end off on that. Yahweh Tazah, you brothers.